as we celebrate this incredible journey. My partner and I will begin our presentation with two quotes that guided our thoughts and our actions throughout this journey. The first quote is from Tshwane, which says that what gets us in trouble is not what we don't know, but what we know for sure that ends so. And the second quote is from Alvin Toffler, which says that the illiterate of the 21st century are not those that cannot read and write, but those that cannot learn, relearn, and unlearn. So when my partner and I were introduced to each other, we both decided to go on this journey, ready to learn, relearn, and unlearn.
And following from that, education's purpose is to replace an empty mind with an open one. When I first met my partner, Freddie, I realized this was going to be a successful partnership because we both had the wisdom and foresight to support the best team in the English Premier League, Chelsea Football Club. Undeniable. A little bit about Principal Freddie. Freddie is a dynamic young school principal who's already started achieving great things. He's a progressive in his thinking, and he's a committed educator. What I've really enjoyed about working with Freddie is he has role modeled humble and courageous leadership throughout the program.
My business partner, Grant Kelly, executive head of NetBank, and I would say he's one of the few people that I've met who's not formally into the education sector, but has genuine insights into education. And he has remained committed to this partnership. And I must say, as a principal being with him on this journey, I have learned a lot from his reasoning, his actions, and his thought on education. The big question is always why. For those that are here that have been on the journey before and those that are yet to go on the journey, the question is why? Why PFP? As a principal, I joined PFP to gain insights into progressive leadership styles that I can use to guide Samad College into the future.
And for me, I wanted to learn about the education sector in South Africa and see if I could contribute to the development of the sector. And to do a quote that's already been done twice tonight so far, an amazing quote from an idol of ours, Nelson Mandela. Education is the most powerful weapon with which you can use to change the world.
Let me tell you a bit about my school. Samad College is an independent school that was founded in 2010, initially focusing on learners rewriting their metric. We became a full combined independent school, offering tuition from grade 1 up to 12 in 2013. Samad College is not an underperforming school, having produced 100% metric pass rate since 2015. Even though we are a private fee-paying school, most of our clients do come from the lower income segment of society, and as such, affordability is a problem, and that has made the school quite under-resourced. We are located in the Pretoria CBD. There is our entrance, sandwiched between Clicks and Pep there. There is our reception. That is the entrance, the staircase coming inside the school. You can see there's a picture of the corridor of the school, and the balcony. That is an outside play area for our learners. Owing to the fact that we are in the Pretoria CBD, our learners do not have access to outside play area. So owing to this contest, my partner and I went on this journey with two main objectives. One, to ensure that Samad College remains among the top 3 progressive education providers in our market, and in the long term, to move the school to an appropriate site where our learners have access to playground and sporting facilities. So with these objectives, we had 3 main goals: to get stakeholder alignment into achieving this vision, and then delivering on our short-term goals.
We also had medium and longer term focus areas, and we acknowledge those are a work in progress. So today for us is about a pit stop on a longer journey, a moment of reflection to pause and look from where we've come, but also continue to look ahead on where we still want to go.
So in terms of our short-term goals, we focused on infrastructure, resources, stakeholder, community, and student discipline. In terms of infrastructure, we were able to put together a sick room where our learners can rest when they are not feeling well. There are funds that are available and have been committed to upgrading our science laboratory and our school library. There is a picture of our grade 12 life science students having practical, and we also want our learners to experience experiential learning. There's a picture of our primary school learners on a journey to the Air Force Museum.
In terms of our medium and longer term focus areas, we're going to continue to focus on infrastructure and find a suitable campus from which Summit can continue to grow and flourish, focus on the teaching philosophy, and ensure we're equipping the students with the necessary skills for the future world of work, and continue to build on stakeholder community through the PTA and external fundraising efforts.
So for me as a principal, this journey has really been incredible. From this program, I got a lot of ideas from fellow principals and business partners, ideas on how to deal with student discipline, ideas on how to improve parental involvement, ideas on fundraising. And from my partner that I've been on this journey with, my partner modeled the time to think principle, one of the principles Marishan mentioned. My partner did not come in as a business partner with all the ideas and solutions to our problems. He gave me space to think, reflect, and apply my mind to our challenges. He always made sure our environment was a thinking environment. And then from about myself, I got to experience my leadership strengths and my weaknesses and my areas of development. And one training that impacted me was the time to think training. We've been able to restructure our staff meetings to make sure that the environment is always a thinking environment where every educator feels heard, feels involved, and participates in finding solutions to our challenges. And what I'm taking away from this journey is that change will not come overnight, but when applied consistently, you get the desired outcome, and that outcome will be sustainable.
For me, PFP has been the most amazing journey. And a recurring theme throughout the entire duration of the program is because we all have unconscious bias, perspective matters. In terms of self-reflections, one of the things I've become increasingly aware of is my own ego and how that impacts the way I show up in the world. And so using this awareness, one of the things I've tried to do is reflect on that and see if I can use greater empathy and be more inclusive in terms of the way I lead. There are a number of insights that came through the 3 training programs. But what really landed with me is PFP creates an amazing framework to build relationships where previously none existed. And I think it offers a unique opportunity to nurture social cohesion. I learned a number of things working with Freddie, and his earlier introduction crediting me for having insights into the SA education sector. I think he's forgotten how little I knew when I started the program before him. He really has given me amazing insights, and it's been wonderful to learn so much about SA education from him. Another thing that I've really seen through Freddie is how rank without respect will not create alignment and commitment. And Freddie has role modeled that throughout the entire program in terms of how he leads and manages all of his stakeholders. For me, the key takeaways from the program, PFP is much more than about a school upliftment program. Fundamentally, it's about leadership, leading beyond authority. And what really draws into sharp focus throughout this program is the massive chasm between management and leadership. Leadership is about service with humility and courage. And in the South African context, that is so important to evidence. PFP creates socially conscious leaders and active citizens, another crucial ingredient for the success of our society. I believe PFP is absolutely scalable. And so for me, the PFP schools journey, I absolutely believe could be scaled to PFP, ECD, tertiary education, policing, municipalities, healthcare, etc. I really think that the potential to scale this program is massive. Given our divided past, our collective future depends on creating greater social cohesion and economic inclusion.
It has been an incredible journey, and we would like to thank a few people that made this journey possible. I'd like to thank Tshwane and the PFP team for making this journey possible. We would like to thank our mentor, our guide, and our facilitator, Marishan Motima. She's been incredible. And I also like to thank the director of Summit College for always encouraging me to grow as a leader. And I want to thank all my Summit staff for supporting me, who are represented here today by the deputy principal and a staff member.
I'd like to echo Freddie's appreciation for all of the above. I'd also like to thank the LC9 Tshwane community, the principals and fellow business partners. Without you, this journey wouldn't have been the same. It's been an amazing experience. Thank you.